department without explaining to me, the chief counsel, what it is that you're doing taking pictures here.
How would I be interfering? I don't get it. I'm just taking pictures.
She's walked away from her desk and not able to complete what it is that she's been assigned to do.
Well, that's not true.
She doesn't want to have her picture taken either, so you're violating her privacy.
Okay, like there's like the Privacy Act or something. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Well, I'm not here to give you legal advice.
I'm not asking for legal advice.
I'm asking you what you're doing with the
I'm just trying to figure out how I'm violating her privacy.
I'm asking you to explain what it is that you're doing on state property.
Right, and I told her. I already explained it to her. Why would I have to tell you? Why do I have to explain myself? Tell me what you had for breakfast this morning.
Are you going to be difficult? Do I need to call security?
I mean, I don't know what you would call security for.
Because you're interfering with the operation of this agency.
I'm not messing with you. How?
Yeah, I've explained
By
it
taking
to you.
pictures?
I've explained it to you.
By taking pictures?
I've explained it to you.
Well, I didn't get what you were saying. By my camera is messing with
I'm asking you to explain what you're doing on this office's.
And I'm asking you to explain how I'm interfering. Is it the camera? Or me just being here? Like, I don't understand you.
This is a public agent. Anybody has the right to walk in, but you're doing something more than just walking in to seek information. Okay. Or to advise us of something. You're here for some other purpose that's not been disclosed, and we have the right to know what that is.
I'm taking pictures.
And I'm asking you, why are you taking pictures?
Well, I don't have to explain that part, right?
Do you really think so?
Yeah,
you think you have the right to do that?
To not explain to you my day? Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I have the right to do that.
I respectfully disagree with that.
Okay.
So if you
and you're legal counsel?
I am the chief counsel of this organization.
Chief counsel, got you.
And I'm asking you to explain your purpose or to leave.
And I'm asking you what gives you the authority to ask me my purpose?
Because you are interfering with the operation of this agency.
And how am I interfering?
I've explained that to you several times now.
You're saying my camera.
I'm saying your camera, your presence, your refusal to explain what your purpose is.
But you just told me I can be in here. You said anybody can walk in here.
If you have business here, yes.
Well, I have business taking pictures.
That's what I want to know for. Are you taking it for your own personal reasons? Are you a member of the press?
Well, I don't feel like sharing. I don't feel like sharing any of that stuff. I already told her, but I'm just not going to share it.
You haven't told her anything.
That's not true. Well, see, I told her.
Yeah, you told her you're taking pictures, but you've not explained why you're taking pictures.
I just want to know why you were taking them.
Oh, I have a story I'm doing.
Yeah, you told her you're taking pictures, but you've not explained why you're taking pictures.
That's how I don't need to give much else. I'm taking pictures. I mean, what makes you think you have a right?
True.
Huh?
Jandy, you don't need to engage.
Having business here is entitled to some degree of discretion. They wouldn't want their picture taken. So it's not exactly true that you don't have to state why you're here.
Yeah, no, I disagree. Yeah, I mean, if they needed something private, I'm sure you guys would take them to the back and they'd do something in private, right?
If they chose to go to the back, what if they didn't? If they wanted to sit right there, they could.
And if I wanted to take pictures, I could.
I don't know that that's exactly.
I do. I'm pretty sure.
Cite your authority.
Cite my authority?
Please.
I mean, you ever heard of the Constitution?
Yes, I have.
You know the 5 freedoms of the First Amendment?
I do.
Which one are they? Which one would this be?
I'm not here to play your guessing game, sir. I just asked you a
You're
simple
legal
question.
counsel, man. Educate me.
Jandy?
Educate me where I'm wrong.
Let's call security.
Call him twice, Jandy. Tell him that this guy's interfering with my work here that I'm doing.
All right, guys. Today we're looking at a First Amendment audit that immediately turns into a confrontation between a citizen photographer and the chief counsel of a government agency. The auditor is questioned about why he's taking pictures inside a public building, and officials quickly begin demanding explanations about his purpose. What makes this opening so intense is that the chief counsel insists the auditor must justify his photography, while the auditor repeatedly argues that no such obligation exists. The debate quickly shifts toward privacy, public access, and constitutional protections. As the lawyer becomes increasingly frustrated, the auditor challenges him to cite actual legal authority supporting his demands. The conversation grows more heated when threats of calling security are introduced despite no evidence of any unlawful behavior. Right away, viewers can see that this encounter is becoming a direct clash between government authority and First Amendment rights.
He's obstructing my work. So yeah, I don't understand why you think you have authority to come out and be like, "What are you doing? I want you to leave. You're taking pictures and obstructing the business and all this stuff." I don't get it. Why do you think you have authority to do that?
I'll explain that to you.
No, you haven't. You've cited no legal authority at all. There is no legal authority. And I can very simply break it down for you easily.
Then go ahead.
I can, but I just feel like you should know it already. You're a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. I know it, but I'm not a lawyer. I don't need to know it. You know what I mean? I don't need to explain it to you, right? But I can cite many case laws and Supreme Court case law and 9th District case law that tell you I can do exactly what I'm doing, unmolested and uninterfered with, like you're doing. Matter of fact, I could just leave right now because you told me to and say, hey, you violated my First Amendment right. Bye-bye. See you in litigation. Right? It's called the First Amendment, freedom of press. I don't have to tell you why, what, when, where, how, anything. You understand? Her feeling, her feelings of not wanting to be recorded while she's at work, being seen in the public, don't matter. That case is called Fordyce versus Seattle. It's a 9th District case. Go look it up. Right? Smith versus the City of Cummings said that I can record any public officials in the course of their duties while in public places. Would you like me to keep going? We have the Glick case. Do you know that one? What about the Atkins case? What about the Musumeci case from San Francisco, the federal building? You want me to keep going? I can keep going. Okay? Call security all you want. But I suggest before you continue to make yourself look like a buffoon as a legal authority, you just go back in and get to work. All right? You're dismissed. I don't need you here at all. I'm going to continue my business. Thank you. Oh, boy. What a dummy. Why come out and speak to people like that? Doesn't make any sense at all. And this guy's claim that I'm disrupting business simply by taking pictures because of her feelings not wanting to have her picture taken. I suggest she doesn't work in the front if she doesn't want to have her picture taken. Why is she up here in the front? She doesn't like her picture taken. Why is she up in the front? Nothing left in you, huh? You buckle and bounce, baby. You can go back to work. We don't need you here, babe. See you later. He's done. He got nothing left.
Now the encounter escalates dramatically as the auditor begins citing constitutional protections and court decisions supporting the right to record in public government spaces. What makes this section powerful is how confidently he responds to the legal counsel's challenges by referencing multiple federal court cases involving public photography and government officials. The auditor argues that public employees do not have a privacy expectation while performing official duties in publicly accessible areas. Meanwhile, the Chief Counsel appears unable to provide any legal authority supporting his own position. The discussion transforms from a simple disagreement into a legal debate over constitutional rights and public accountability. As the auditor lists case after case, the attorney becomes noticeably quieter. By the end of this segment, the power dynamic has shifted completely, and the auditor begins openly criticizing the agency's handling of the situation.
He tried to scare, and when he seen it wasn't no fear and we're not scared and we actually know the laws pertaining to this, now he just dumbs it down and stays quiet. Good job. The problem is he already done all the damage. Like there'd be nothing else needed for lawyers to just attack what he already said. And this is somebody who knows the law. He's supposed to know the law. As a matter of fact, you took an oath of office here. And your oath of office, you said that you would protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against all, enemies, foreign and domestic. But right now you just tried to violate my constitutional First Amendment right. Right? Didn't you do that? Yeah, see, he's dumbed down now. He got nothing left. That's good. That's what you should have done when you first came out here. Just stayed quiet. Told the lady, there's nothing we can do. He can record. And it would have been better. But he wanted me to explain my day. He didn't want to explain to me what he had for breakfast. Did you put your left shoe on first or your right shoe? Do you have a pension? What about a safe at your house? You got a safe at your house? Does this building have a safe? Does this building take cash payments? What do people do at this window? Now I'm asking you part of your job. What do people do at this window? You're not going to assist the public and tell them what the people do at this window? Okay. Not doing his job. Yep. What's your name, bud?
My name is James Sperling. Spurling.
Cool. What's your email address? Your state-issued email address?
SperlingJ@oig.ca.gov.
Okay. Awesome. Well, so at least he understands that his name and his email address are public record. Let me get a good shot for the thumbnail here. There we go. The light wasn't on you good in that way. Let's get some light in this direction here. All right. He understands that. And then I can get the rest of the information that I need.
What information do you need?
Oh, I'll let you guys know when I'm ready. Not quite ready for that yet. First, I'm going to wait for you guys' security so we can send them on their way, and then maybe I'll get the stuff I need here. You guys have security in the building or what? What's taking them so long? Could be an emergency. They're not here yet. What's taking them so long? Or did you call the highway patrol? That'd have been the smarter option. And they'll take a while, but at least they would know what's going on. Funny, you got a regular citizen who knows more about embarrassing. So am I still breaking a law in here? Am I still obstructing business, sir? What about zooming in this office? Is that okay to do? Is recording or taking pictures from a public area under time, place, manner, is that okay to do? Time, open business hours. Place, public lobby. Manner, taking pictures. I was quietly taking pictures, minding my own business. Matter of fact, I wasn't even so much taking pictures of her. I actually just came in here and started taking pictures of the wall. And then she ran back and got this knucklehead, and he decided to come in and act the way he acted. And now he clearly knows he's just messed up, and so he's just mute. I would appreciate an apology, sir. I would appreciate you acting like a man and saying, you know what? I'm sorry, I messed up. I won't do that again. But it doesn't seem like he's going to. You want to stand right here for me? That way I can get this in the background with a good picture of you for the thumbnail of the video. Want to help me out? Come on, man, you can do it. You act like a human now. Say, I'm sorry. I apologize. I shouldn't have done that. Can you do that? No, he can't. Look at him. No, not man enough.
At this point, the confrontation turns into a public lesson on constitutional rights, government transparency, and official accountability. The auditor repeatedly criticizes the Chief Counsel for taking an oath to uphold the Constitution while allegedly attempting to interfere with protected activity. What makes this section especially interesting is that the lawyer largely stops engaging while the auditor continues explaining why he believes the agency acted improperly. The discussion moves into public records, employee information, and government transparency as the auditor requests names, email addresses, and other publicly available information. Throughout this segment, he repeatedly challenges officials to justify their actions while also demanding an apology for what he views as a violation of his rights. The encounter becomes less about photography and more about holding public officials accountable for their decisions. The tension remains high even though one side has largely stopped arguing.
He didn't want to have a normal conversation. Oh, there we go, Highway Patrol. Awesome. They didn't take too long. Took long enough, but they came quick enough. So, yeah, they you know, sometimes you just ask questions and then they start to think, oh, hold on, I can't do that. You know, maybe I can't do that. Maybe I should think about what I'm saying. All right, let's make sure we get Jim and the Highway Patrol on the camera.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi.
Thank you for coming. My name is James Sperling. I'm the Chief Counsel of the Office of the Inspector General. This gentleman has been here nearly 15, more like 20 minutes at this point in time.
It's closer to 30.
Pictures, has not stated his name or his purpose for being here. Has walked around muttering, making rather veiled threats.
Making threats.
State employees and whatnot. I've asked him to politely leave.
No, California threats are covered under 422.
He's interfered with the operation of the front desk. The receptionist felt intimidated and threatened by his presence when he refused to answer any questions. He could identify himself and then asked me to come out and speak with him. He has declined to identify himself or his purpose for any reason whatsoever other than to just walk around, take pictures, and mutter about state California, state employees. So I'm asking that he be escorted off the property.
Okay. Sir, I'm Officer of Highway Patrol. I'm assuming you're here because it's public space.
Well, yeah, I'm narrating to my camera, but...
And like I said, at this point, sir, Same thing. If it is a public space,
It is a public space.
he's not doing anything wrong technically.
He's interfering with the operation of this.
So that's something
agency.
that I need more information about. If this gentleman was in any kind of way interfering, then I would have to see how he was interfering to actually.
It's gonna do great.
Okay.
If you have anything, or I can go back here with you.
No,
if there's anything.
No, there's nothing else on the subject.
Okay.
He's just become an annoyance and he is interfering with the operation. And so I've asked him to either state his purpose or to leave, and he has declined to do both.
Understandable. I understand it can be frustrating, and we've had similar things at different state agencies, or other California Highway Patrol offices.
This is
but
the
same
lead
purpose,
counsel.
business hours.
This is the
it's public
attorney.
space.
This is crazy.
So it can be frustrating. Now, if there is something that this gentleman has done, as far as not allowing someone to exit into the property or
Sure.
directly interfering, then that does change things.
No, I understand that perfectly, and I don't disagree with the word, but I don't know what he's going to do, as he's not identified himself or what his purpose in being here
I understand,
That's
but
not
not
true.
knowing something, I can't.
Well, I don't know that he's not going to interfere with somebody who does come in.
Right, but
because nobody's come in here in the last 20 minutes.
Even more of a reason he's not interfering.
It is frustrating. I understand that, especially being at a state agency or
This
a
guy
government
is
agency.
something else, man. Look at him.
And when the methods can just be directly, probably to frustrate or annoy the employees there. However, until he actually does something, I can't stop him what he might do in a public space. So also, I can meet with you back here, or if there's a supervisor, because I am hectic and frustrating sometimes. That's fine too. We can go behind a closed door, whatnot, and talk some more if you have some video or something like that.
Well, he said I made threats too. That's 422. We should look into it. Just investigate me for it. I mean,
That definitely look into if you have something like that. Is there a super? Oh, here's my partner. Hey, bud. Howdy. Is that just someone that? Okay. Is there a manager here that I can speak with?
this is their lead legal counsel.
Okay. Okay. All right. Then can I come with you back here?
Of course.
He wants to talk in private. Make sure we keep the body cam on, sir. Okay. XYZ. That would have been a horrible fucking move
All right,
on the
gentlemen,
Thank you
officers.
again.
Sir, pleasure.
See you later.
I'm Officer Stevens, so that's who you talked to. I know it says on my shirt pretty clearly here today. So talk to them. You're in a public space,
I heard you.
Yeah, what I understand, I couldn't find any threats that were made.
Oh man.
I'm sure you knew if you were making a threat or not.
Give me a
also.
minute. Maybe I can help you. I could just get right on the edge of it, maybe for
yeah,
you.
So we kind of.
I mean, 422 is threats of death or bodily injury. I said that you guys could be sued if you decide to kick me out, right? Like,
Right.
that's not a threat. But
Yeah, I did
anyways.
have a quick conversation on the way here. It is making her feel uncomfortable. So just as person to person, I know that's not legally anything.
Everything changes when the California Highway Patrol arrives and begins listening to both sides of the dispute. The Chief Counsel immediately attempts to portray the auditor as disruptive, intimidating, and interfering with agency operations. What makes this section fascinating is how the responding officer carefully separates feelings from actual violations of the law. Rather than relying on assumptions, the officer repeatedly asks for evidence that the auditor has truly interfered with anyone or prevented agency business from being conducted. The Chief Counsel expresses frustration and concern, but the officer continues emphasizing that annoyance alone is not a crime. As the discussion unfolds, it becomes increasingly clear that no actual criminal conduct has occurred. This segment highlights the difference between being uncomfortable with someone's behavior and having legal grounds to remove them from a public building. The officer's calm approach completely changes the direction of the encounter.
She's in a public building or a government building that's a front lobby, but it is making her feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, and well, the weird thing is I actually didn't even record her. I just came in, I was taking a picture of this, and she called me over and was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I'm taking pictures." And she's like, "For what?" I said, "Oh, I'm doing a story, but I don't want to share too much. I'm just taking pictures." She said, "Okay." I went back to taking pictures of the wall, and she left, and then boom, that happened. So this is
Fair enough.
really weird, man. I don't know. But whatever. Thanks for doing a good job. What's your badge number?
18893.
18893. Name, badge number.
Officer Chicarni 221.
All right, be safe out there on them two wheels, man. I ride myself, so
Always try to.
be safe because people are idiots.
I can't say that out loud.
I know.
I'm also not gonna.
You could think it. What do the CIA say? We can neither confirm nor deny that accusation. All right, I'm just gonna get my records and I'm gonna be on my way. This is my last stop, so I'm out of here. Take care, guys. Let's request our records, because then, how's it going? I would love for that to happen, because then we have a lawsuit on the grounds of, hey, you just tried to violate my First Amendment right. So I rang the bell. If nobody's at the window, please ring the bell. Here we are, ringing the bell again. Let's get my records. And so you guys aren't even conducting any business at this point, right? Hello, I need some help, please. So they hear my bell, they come look at me, and they walk away. So like I said, I would love for them to go ahead and refuse my public records request. Oh, I don't know what else to do. I keep ringing the bell. They're not listening. Use some assistance, please. And yes, see, knocking. And don't let them come out and say we're pounding on the glass and all this crazy shit. Because that dude, that legal counsel guy, he's an idiot. He will say something like that, in my opinion, right? I think he would. Based on what I've seen already, I would say that would be an educated guess of this idiot. And he would say something like that. So, here I go, ringing the bell again. And here we are knocking again, trying to get assistance, and now they're just refusing to help me. And yeah, we've asked for assistance and they're not providing it. So, and now they've turned the bell off. It's not ringing anymore.
Now the encounter begins winding down as the officer speaks with the auditor directly and acknowledges that recording in a public government lobby is generally protected activity. What makes this section important is the officer's willingness to separate legal concerns from personal feelings. The auditor explains that he never targeted the employee at the front desk and was primarily documenting the building itself when the conflict started. As the conversation continues, the officer remains professional and avoids escalating the situation. The auditor thanks him for handling the matter appropriately, while contrasting that professionalism with the actions of the agency's legal counsel. The discussion becomes much calmer and more productive than the heated exchanges earlier in the video. For the first time, both sides appear capable of having a reasonable conversation. This segment serves as the beginning of a peaceful resolution.
That's why it's flashing red and it was flashing green earlier. So it's like I said, this is what you get. This is what you get with public servants. After you just freaking whoop the lawyers, right? And now they're refusing to serve. So nothing I can do. I need to get these records before I leave. Like, I don't understand the issue here. I need some service here.
What service do you need?
Need to request public records.
What public record are you looking for?
Well, there's several. There's maybe at least 7 or 8 of them. So if you guys want to write them down, I can tell them to you. You can give me a copy of it, and then that'll be it. That'll be my public records request.
If you want, I'll give you a piece of paper and you can write them yourself.
Yeah, well, I'd ask you guys to write them for me. I don't have my reading glasses on, and I'm holding this camera, so it'd be good if you guys write it.
Give me a second.
Yep.
What public records are you looking for?
All right, I will take your name and your email address. I will take everything public in your employee file, including your oath of office.
With the legal dispute essentially over, the auditor turns his attention toward obtaining public records from the agency. What makes this section notable is that the focus shifts entirely away from constitutional arguments and toward government transparency. The auditor repeatedly requests assistance, rings the service bell, and attempts to engage with staff members who appear reluctant to help him. Frustration begins building again as employees ignore requests and delay service despite the public nature of the records being requested. The auditor openly criticizes the agency for refusing to assist him while continuing to document everything on camera. This part becomes an example of how public records requests can sometimes become contentious even after the original conflict has ended. The interaction highlights another aspect of government accountability beyond photography rights alone.
Office. I will take your immediate supervisor's name.
Hold on. You're going too fast for me.
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
I will take your immediate supervisor's name. Basically all the same information for your immediate supervisor.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. My immediate supervisor's employment file? Is that what you're saying?
The same information I asked for you, I want the same thing for your supervisor. So his name, his email address, everything public in his employee file, including his oath of office.
Go ahead.
The lady who sat up here, Jandy, I want her name, her state issued email address, just like everyone else. Everything public in her employee file. Pretty sure she didn't take an oath of office.
Now agency employees finally begin assisting with the records request, and the auditor starts listing the specific information he wants to obtain. What makes this section interesting is how detailed and methodical the request becomes. He asks for names, government email addresses, employee records, supervisor information, and oath of office documents associated with public employees. The discussion shifts from confrontation to administrative procedure as staff members work through the request one item at a time. While the atmosphere is far calmer than earlier in the encounter, the auditor remains focused on documenting every step of the process. This segment demonstrates how public records laws allow citizens to obtain information about the public servants who work on their behalf. The conversation becomes more procedural than emotional, but the accountability theme remains central throughout.
Now, if there are cell phones, state-issued cellular phones for this specific office, I want those cell phone numbers and February's bill, cell phone bill 2025. What time is it? It is almost 3. Let's say 2 I got here. I will take any emails sent
Everything concludes with the auditor expanding his records request to include agency-issued phones, employee information, supervisory records, and additional government documents. What makes this ending significant is that the encounter ultimately transforms from an attempted challenge to public photography into a lesson about transparency and public oversight. Despite the conflict that dominated the first half of the interaction, the auditor leaves having successfully exercised both his First Amendment rights and his right to request public records. The agency's initial efforts to question and discourage his activity ultimately lead to even greater scrutiny of public operations. In the end, no laws were broken, no one was removed from the building, and the auditor accomplished exactly what he set out to do. The encounter serves as a reminder that public officials are accountable to the citizens they serve. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.